Hey everybody, Flyboy here. Radical Red has added a lot of cool changes that make lesser Pokemon viable. In this video, we will be focusing on beating Radical Red with only bug types and explaining each stage of viability based on their new stats, moves, and types. I've broken each stage of viability down into 4 sections. The early game, which focuses on everything up to Surge. The mid-game, which encompasses Erica, the main Kanto Rocket storyline, Sabrina, Gym Leader rematches, Ace Trainers, and ending off with Koga. Late game is the Ace Trainers, May fight, Blaine, and ending off the Rocket storyline with Claire and Brendan's last rematch. The end game is just the Elite Four. Before each section, I will present a breakdown of all the viable Pokemon for that section, with the only difference being in the early game. I will go over how I plan to break down every change made to every bug type. With all that being said, I hope you enjoy this series, and let's kick this thing off. As mentioned before, this is how I plan to present to you new changes, which will be a cool little background with some happy cherry blossoms, the Pokemon in question in the lower left, the changes made above it, and stats will be on the right. Starting off, the early game bugs, is Butterfree, who got a +5 to special attack. Parasect now gets the new move Sapicita at level 44, which is 95 base power, physical attack that has the added effect of applying Lead Seed. Parasect also gets Crabhammer level 47, it gets a welcome to +20 to HP and defense, and on top of that 15 to its attack. Pinsir now gets Mega Horn at level 60 and Double Edge at 69. Nice. Venomoth is now a Bug and Psychic type instead of Bug and Poison, but Scott's Thoughts always gets confused. It also gets 5 to its defense and special attack. Every ROM hack shows Lady in some love, and Radical Red is no different, making it a Bug and Fighting type now. This baby Heracross trades Early Bird for Iron and Fist, and gets a ton of punching moves to back up that new ability. Moves like Power Up Punch, Drain Punch, and Mach Punch. It also gets access to Lunge at level 38, Close Combat at 70, and Bulk Up from TM. It gets a massive +55 to its attack stat, but the cost of special attack, which is now 35, and its special defense falls to 100. Ariados also gets some love with its new ability No Guard. It will not be missing its Gunk Shots once it learns it at level 47, or its Mega Horn once it learns it at level 49. With its +5 to attack, those moves will be hitting a little bit harder than vanilla, and with +30 to its speed, it's now a pretty quick bug. Scizor gets Curse at level 65. Okay. Shuckle trades Gluttony for Solid Rock, which is just a little overkill, to be honest. Heracross gets Drill Run from Move Tutor. Beautifly gets +5 to special attack and +10 to its speed. Dutch Talk now gets +20 to HP, +10 to special attack at the cost of 10 to physical attack. Masquerain is now a Wug and Botter type and gets Hurricane from Move Tutor. It also gets +10 to HP. Illumise is now a Bug and Fairy type. It gets 20 to HP, 15 to speed, 43 to attack, while losing 26 points in special attack. Volibee is now a Bug Electric type and trades Swarm for Prankster, while also learning Volt Switch from TM. On top of that, it gets the same treatment as Illumise, getting 20 to HP, 15 to speed, but getting 43 to special attack, while losing 26 in attack. Amato gets First Impression at level 66. Kricketune trains Swarm for Technician, allowing it to make great use of some new moves like Pin Missile that's learned at level 22, Bullet Seed, Rock Tomb, and Bulldoze that's learned from TM. It gets +10 to attack, 20 to both defenses, and 15 to speed. Wormadam Trash gets +10 to special attack at the cost of 10 to its attack, while Wormadam Sand gets +20 to special attack at the cost of 20 points to its attack. Mothim now gets Hurricane from Move Tutor, but loses 10 to attack and gains 14 to speed. Vespiquen trains Pressure for Queenly Majesty and learns Hurricane by Move Tutor. It gains 15 to HP, and it's also worth mentioning that its attack order is now 120 base power instead of 90. Levani trades Overcoat for the new ability Blade Master, which boosts sword and cutting moves by 1.2x and gives them a +1 to critical hit ratio. These moves include Sacred Sword, which Levani learns at level 60, Secret Sword, Psycho Cut, Leaf Blade, Night Slash, Full Swipe, X-Scissor, Solar Blade, Fury Cutter, Razor Shell, and Shadow Claw for some reason. Crustle gets +10 to speed. Escavalier gets Double Iron Bash at level 67. Savali no longer requires a memory to change type. Instead, you change its type as Cinnabar Island, allowing it the freedom to hold new held items with a unique type and have the ability battle armor. It's also now mythical with base stats 100 across the board instead of 95. Fairlings gains the bug typing with plus 10 to HP at the cost of plus 10 to special attack. Frostmoth gains plus 5 to defense. That concludes all changes made to all base bug types. Let's move into all the new megas. Mega Butterfree is still a bug flying type with compound eyes. It's base 100 in both defenses, 140 in special attack, and 80 in speed. On paper this thing's great, but we'll see how it performs in game. Mega Orbeetle is still a bug psychic type with Magic Guard. This thing has 125 defense, 135 special attack, 130 speed F, and 100 speed. This thing seems really good, with its only drawback being 60 HP. Lastly, and probably the best, is Mega Centiswords. It's still a bug fire type, but it gains the new ability Mountaineer that makes it immune to both rock type moves and stealth rocks. That means you can come in with Flash Fire, Beta rock type move, and Mega, gaining you 2 free turns and a Flash Fire boost. This thing's just too good not to use. It's crazy 150 attack stat, 80 defense, 110 special defense, and 85 speed, making it a hard-hitting bulky bug that has decent speed. Also, don't sleep on that 90 special attack. That thing can come in handy for Scorching Sand or Scold coverage. With all those amazing changes out of the way, let's begin this playthrough. I start the game off and call myself Buggo, and I set it to minimal grinding mode. I choose Bulbasaur as our starter, as Charmander has a type matchup against us. After doing all the early game stuff, I get our first encounter, Toby the Spinarak. This is a great time to transition into our viable early game encounters. We have our standard butterfly Pokemon in Butterfree, Beautifly, and Pavilion. We have some lamp lovers in Mothim, Dustox, and Venomoth. Beedrill and Vespiquen are here, with Wormadam Sandy giving us our only immunity to electric type moves. Kricketune, Levani, and Ledian are all solid. Masquerain, Galvantula, and Vikavolt Orbeetle offer some solid special attackers. Parasect is here, I guess, and we can pick up Volbeat in the mid-safe for prankster support. Back to the run. I beat up our rival and Brendan pretty easily and catch some teammates for Falconer. My team will consist of Scarlet the Joltik, Eveline the Beedrill, Karen the Surskit, Palm the Sawaddle, Douglas the Ladybug, and Marisia the Snom. Scarlet and Marisia are going to be key players throughout this playthrough, as Scarlet gets access to Sticky Web, and Marissa has the ability Ice Skills, which has special damage. Marissa also gets Quiver Dance, which will be key for beating most battles. Karen the Surskit is just here for Rock and Fire types. Or we'll replace her down the line when I get access to Golisopod. Eveline will be one of our 4 megas we use throughout this game. For now, she's just our fast buggy boy. Falconer took 4 attempts, but was really uneventful, as I used Scarlet to beat down his Rufflet and Corvusquire, and Marissa to Miracle Emolga. Eveline was in for revenge KOs. Brock surprisingly only takes 1 attempt. Scarlet can solo Geodude, Onix, and Archon, so I electric up the Geodude to break it sturdy. It goes for self-destruct, which means I can't recover any HP from Mega Drain. I stack Palm to the Vulpix so we can get an easy switch into our Water Spider, Karen, who can 1v1 it. A Bubble takes it down to its Oranberry as I get hit with an Incinerate. A couple more Bubbles takes down this Vulpix. In comes Onix, so I bubble it, break it sturdy, and go down to a Rock Tomb. Scarlet comes in to Mega Drain it, but Brock's gonna switch out into his Archon. This dinosaur bird is pretty fast, so I switch out Marissa, who gets a ticket to an Elvish concert as she gets hit with Rock Tomb. Dialux comes in to hit a Mach Punch and pop its Berry Juice. I go down, but I have Eveline in the back. I hit 2 Cross Poisons. At this point, I'm thinking I'm going to need to grind up another Beedrill and keep a String Shot, but to my surprise, Scarlet outspeeds and sends Argent back to the Jurassic period. With that, it's an easy Mega Drain on the Rock's neck, and I'm able to gain the Boulder Badge. With Brock defeated, I'm going to replace Marissa with Elizabeth the Combi, as I think her evolution will be more useful for the Nugget Bridge rival fight. I also take out Robert the Ninkata. On the way to Mountain Moon, I fight all the trainers to gain as much XP for our Buggy Boys. In Mount Moon, I find Paris, who are named after the god of hammers. Hemsworth has a pretty useful ability in Dry Skin, which will make him pretty good for pivoting in the upcoming Misty fight. For now, he's just here to gain XP. Also in Mount Moon, I evolved Douglas and Robert into their more useful forms. Palm also evolves, but her happiness isn't high enough yet, so she hasn't reached her full bladed potential. Before facing the rocket admin, I take the dome fossil. Mandrybread would tell you to ask him which fossil he took, but I don't have a beard, so instead of commenting which fossil you think I took, please tell me why you think the inferior snail fossil should have been chosen over the bladed horseshoe crab. Rocket admin archer time. This is a dangerous fight. It has a fire dog in his party as well as a mighty Mightyena that can set up with Howl and use Fire Fang. If I'm not careful, I can sweep him with Douglas. That was anticlimactic. Thank you for watching part 1 of this series. If you've enjoyed, please feel free to leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike and comment on what I can improve on. Regardless of how you felt, I hope you have a good day. The world's pretty crazy right now, so I wanted to pass along some positive vibes. And to do so, here's an old video of my cat, Daniel, when he was a spunky little kitten. Daniel!